Hey, YouTube beings, beautiful ones, wherever, Facebook, wherever you're seeing this. Um, let's just get into it, man. There's a lot of stuff going on here, right? Shit's going crazy on the planet. So I just want to kind of get into a couple of ways to, before I really get into some of the remedies, the real homeopathic remedies, let me just start by saying, again, I've said this in my videos before. I am a physician in classical homeopathy, and it's been around so long before Western medicine. It's the first way that things started was how they cured things was bloodletting, and that's still okay to do for certain reasons, like if there's poison or some things, it's good to let a little blood out. But people were actually bleeding out from this practice, and so the next thing was basically homeopathy in the 1800s. Just like really starting to go into that, and how that happened was. Um, People would it was more like a germ like in Europe, and European started over there, um, but people would take, so it's like cures like. So basically, if I take um, if I take a big ass dose of arsenic, what's it going to do to me? If I take enough, obviously, again, like I said before, it would kill me. And this well, we can use this for all of the remedies. There's many remedies. I just always like to use arsenic, and for some reason, because people know what arsenic is. And so basically, homeopathy is made up of plants, minerals, and plants, minerals, and vegetable, just organic materials, snake venom, things like that, and also even some of the more intense ones are even from cancer cells. And just so basically, the whole deal is it cures what it causes. So if you tune it down to its lowest vibration, it actually can cure what it causes. So if you take arsenic in its raw form, and obviously it doesn't kill you. It's going to make you. What symptoms would you have? You're going to be throwing up, obviously, diarrhea. You're going to have chills, probably thirstless, just a lot of different things. So that's what they did. They would dose themselves and practice this, and then with an alchemy, they will tune it down, that same substance, to its lowest vibration, which is really higher. And it basically cures what it causes without being harmful to the body. So, for example, when people get food poisoning, and studies have shown that a lot of people that wake up with food poisoning or some kind of a thing that arsenicum is called for, they wake up between a certain time in the night, like 1 to, I think it's like probably, I think it's 12 midnight to 2, or um, 1 to 3 or something. I think it's 1 to 3. Anyway, it's a time frame that you always say, 1 o'clock, somebody woke up, or two. Like I had somebody call me the other day with their little boy, who's a client of mine, but her little boy was sick in the middle of the night, woke up at like 1:30 in the morning, and I was like, and then I asked her some symptoms. So acutely, I tell her to go to the health food store and get a 30 C of arsenicum, which is now tuned down to its lowest vibration, so that it's going to go into it's a cellular medicine. It's going to cure what it causes. So on an acute level, for that kind of a remedy, it will, it's not going to just take it away. It's going to bring it up. It's just going to bring it up so that it can get all the way out of the system, and it's going to just make you better quicker. And obviously, you can't just make it go away. Now we're talking like we have first aid and we have acute remedies, and these are things that we look like arnica anytime. I mean, I always have arnica on me if I go hiking. If you sprain your ankle, or you trip, or fall, any of that stuff, bruising, it's really tissue oriented and muscle oriented, and post and pre operation stuff. Um, for arnica. And so it's always a good acute and first aid thing to have around. And there's a lot of those that you can just do yourself, so you really don't need me. I get when you need me is when we get into the deeper constitutional remedies for things that have been around for a while in your DNA, or like asthma, things that are kind of a thing that's just there a lot, and it's a little deeper into the cellular um, being. So because it does work on a cell level, so that's when we get into a little bit higher potencies of things. So that's I also work with cancer people, which I'm working with I study with a doctor in India who is amazing, and he's got some amazing case studies that he does. I'm going to put some links and put this information here, um, and so that you can go to that. So, and also always you can get a hold of me at my website, the THE Vision VISION Exchange EXCHANGE.com, thevisionexchange.com. And then on there, it has ways to email me and get a hold of me, and the things that I do, and explains a little bit more about all of this things that I do for healing and just well-being. And anyway, so this doctor's he has a lot of really beautiful ways that he has a lot of amazing, he's just amazing homeopathist. And I use his method a lot when I work with people with cancer. And he has recently came out with I'm also going to put here with he's been working with this virus that's out here now, and he's got a remedy that he's really into with this. So it's very exciting because homeopathy is really, to me, as I think I said before, I had a home birth with my daughter. I never vaccinated her. I breastfed her for 2 years. She's never really been to the doctor. And when we travel, which we did a lot and lived in other countries, I would just boost our immune systems, extra juiciness with the immune system before we would go, and just to like extra vitamin C, echinacea, whatever, however it goes. Now there's a lot of different ways, but I really want to just say that the homeopathy is an amazing way to. It's been around before Western medicine. And of course it's not pharmaceutical, and it's a lot cheaper, so, and there's a lot more time, it's a lot more time consuming, so I spend a lot more time with my patients than you'll ever see your doctor if you go to Western medicine. So there's a lot more information because it treats the whole being instead of just one symptom, one little part of the symptom. So for more information on that, please go to the links and go to my website, and I'm always available for personal consultations. And if you also would be more comfortable with someone in your area, you can contact me and I can help you find someone. If you just anything, just to kind of reach out and make yourself feel better without going into maybe the fear of just having to rely on Western medicine and this panic of everything. And of course, we need to keep our immune systems up and healthy, and we also need to keep movement. Make sure that we're hydrated and we are doing the things and keeping our hand. Keeping sure about the spread of germs. But in the old days, they didn't really have like when we were natives in past lives. There was medicine women, medicine men, and that's where people went, and they were involved in the earth and connected to the earth. So they're healing, and when it was time for them to leave their bodies, they left their bodies with ceremony, and the tribe honored it and did a whole different ceremony than what we do here. It's became ridiculous. I feel some of the rituals and things that people just like the toilet paper thing. Yeah, like, wow. It's almost embarrassing to be on the planet when you see people arguing over toilet paper instead of, wow, how can I grow my food, or how can I find a community garden to be involved with to keep, to be more conscious, to raise up the consciousness in these kind of situations, in any situation. But especially, I feel that we need to really, really take this time that we've been given and just kind of feel into our soul purpose of what do we need to be doing, and use this kind of like a retrograde kind of energy where we are just going to, excuse me, we're gonna say what can I be doing if I can't send my kids to school. Maybe I could be creative and find ways to, like, be more involved with them, and to come up with fun ways to do some schooling stuff, or just some creative things, and even your own self of how can I do this, what can I do maybe something I haven't done, maybe I need to be, for me, always music. I'm a musical angel. Also art, like anything that you writing, it's a good time to reflect, to self-reflect, and to really just go into some inner awareness and call into your higher soul tribe and of the light high, and just really feel into your purpose, and be part of what is going to make the solution of this to be uh, more, coming through awakened and more connected to the earth, because that's, I feel, most people have gotten so far away from the earth and how to connect to it and how to do the things that we should be doing. That's what we're here on this planet. We need the earth, right, to grow and to sustain these physical bodies that carry around our souls, our energy. We have to have this clay down here, these bodies, this density, and it's a polarity planet, so we need to be really just, not being so caught up maybe in everyday money programs and programs in general, and just maybe a lot more inside ourselves. And there's many ways we can manifest that, and create that. So I wanted to put that out there, and also, as far as boosting the immune system, I would like to really take a moment just to talk about a couple of different things. There is colloidal silver is amazing. It's an amazing little thing, and it's a throat. They have like a nasal and a throat. You can just spray it in your throat. And anyway, this is a really good. I think of it as a guardian. And then of course there's garlic, one of my favorite things ever. Garlic is amazing. Wow. I mean, I'll eat a clove of garlic every day. Like, it's just so, it's got, not only does it, like, when I lived out of the country in the jungle, I would eat a raw clove of it every day, and those mosquitoes, they never wanted to come near me. They just didn't like it. So, and it's also got antibiotic properties in it, and it's really good for you. And one of my favorite things is the mushrooms. Mm-hmm. So this guy, and I'm going to also put his link. I don't know if, I hope you can see this. It's host defense, and it's not just, this is just one kind of mushroom. I have a couple of different kinds. This one has a couple of different ones in it, but the most important thing to know about this is that, because always there's people that make things, and I'm not saying that when you remake something or it still can be good, but this guy has got the best mushrooms. And you can get them at the health food stores, or you can also go onto his website. But I'm going to put that, and he also try to go to YouTube, here on YouTube, and go to TED Talk, TED Talk, TALK, and then just type in TED Talk mushrooms, and then he'll come up. This guy, he's amazing, and he's really passionate about what he does, and he's very, very he's very grounded in all the linear information, and just very magical with the mushrooms. And he's got amazing stories. It's the turkey tail for his mother, healing her breast cancer. Anyway, it's just really good. And mushrooms I look at them kind of like the connective tissue of the earth, like in our bodies, we have connective tissue. And I've always knew that they're, not just the magical ones that open the third eye, but these are just really good for your immune system and to keep your boat watertight in that way as well. And there's just so many things. I mean, there's just so many things. Of course, we want to keep our emergency and our water hydrated. Bunch of that. There's just dose yourself up with vitamin C, and there's many different things. I will keep, and also, remembering the homeopathic remedy for just an overall doesn't. I mean, this all can still be going on while you're just taking that constitution. So again, get a hold of me about that, because it's really important that we start to become aware that there are other options besides just being in fear. And there has to be a balance between the fear and the awareness. So it's like, it's very good to be aware. It's very good to do these things that keep us aware. But it's also a very it's essential to remember that the body follows the mind. And so, doing some movement, and again, it's like yoga. Okay, yes, but what are we doing? And it doesn't even matter. Yeah, yoga's become a trend, a fad. And it's like, oh, I'm going to yoga. Well, yoga, it's not like people are treating it almost, sometimes I feel like aerobics. There's like a one on every corner, and there's a yoga teacher training. But this is an ancient a practice that goes back a long time, and it goes with the breath, with the prayer. It's a moving meditation, and yes, it does keep your physical body in shape. But you got hot yoga, you got all these yogas, and it's like, really, it's just about going inside. And that's why, even if you just do your juice, that's why I put the juicy joints on here, because I wanted people to be able to relate to all the sequence with my posture and things like that I have on here, because I want people to be able to relate to it at home. I have some of my clients are a little older. They're not going to be going to a power yoga class or whatever, for an hour and a half. I wanted to keep them straight and keep them juicy in between our sessions. So I made that from my training of belly dance and Rolfing, structural integration, and yoga. I just said, let's just keep those joints, the first place the aging process starts, juicy, so we can keep, the body fluid moving through the experiences, not issues trapped in our tissues. And the spine, of all things, the most important thing I can say is keep your spine straight, no matter what shit. It's the most important thing. So that way we can keep that energy moving from the cranial sacral energy up and down the body. So, and then, and also the lymphatic. So, yes, these things are all important. And of course, we want to stay educated in linear information and see what's going on here on the planet. And then even again, though, we want to be really careful of not to be stuck in judgment. And people want to always say, oh, I don't like this guy. Everybody's got a problem with everybody's, every president, everything. I wouldn't want to be in the position of being in that position. So let's just remember, it's a heavy head that wears that crown, and it takes a lot to be able to probably pull that off. So, with that being said, I'm going to have some more videos coming about this. I just really want to say that the most important thing is, please, folks, don't fight over toilet paper. It's just much better to go for trying to figure out how to keep work with the situation that we have and come together. Somehow we need to be coming together here, as a tribe. Even if we're not together, it could be a community garden. It could just be a tribe of just on here, anything. Just let's bring our consciousness up. Let's bring it up. Let's use this to come up in this world and know that the people that leave, obviously it was time for them to go to the other, back to their stars or wherever they go, and whatever realm they're on, or whatever their consciousness is and needs to work through. Energy can never be destroyed. It only changes forms. Let's always remember that. and keep yourself high, keep yourself juicy, and until next time, stay bright. Blessings.